welcome back to another planner video on my channel. It has been way too long since I've done one of these, but in all honesty, it's been way too long since I've actually sat down and planned. I'm going to use my Erin Condren Hourly today just because it's new. I think the last planner video I posted was like a haul of my Erin Condren stuff, and I really just haven't used it. I did like kind of play around with it a little bit just to kind of structure out my day. I don't know, I've just been kind of playing around with, I guess, just how I want to use it, just putting some things down. I've been watching tons of like hourly plan with me videos just to see how other people are doing it. I'm pretty sure there was another area that I played around with, like really just have not done too much with it, but I do want to set it up next week because where I live, things are slowly starting to open. I just kind of want to get a grasp on like everything that I have going on before June hits, in all honesty. So March, April, and May have been like basically a complete write-off. My main focus has been taking care of my family and making sure that they're all entertained and stuff, but I do feel like meals are getting monotonous. I have no idea what to cook each day. I like to do like a daily kind of preschool activity with my daughter, and also feel like I haven't been planning that very well as well. So that's kind of what I want to do here. So if this isn't an attest to the times, then I don't know what it is, but I'm just realizing that the week that I set up is next week. It's not the week that I'm currently in right now. So as I'm looking at this planner video back, I'm like, wait a sec, it is not the week of the 25th. So ignore that, but we're covering the dates anyway, so it doesn't matter. I also want to keep better track of the weather because whatever the weather is kind of determines what we do that day. So I'm thinking that if I just set up this week, it'll be good to go, hopefully. So I did pull a Prairie Planner kit. I'm pretty sure I still have a discount code with her, just to give me a little bit of structure to the week as well. So I think this is kind of what I'm gonna do. I truly, when I've been kind of playing around with it, I think one of the main things that I'm liking is breaking out our meal times and kind of block structuring our day. Because the way that we like live our days, it kind of just works that way. Like we get up generally around the same time each day, we eat breakfast around the same time, lunch the same time, supper the same time, the kids go to bed at the same time. And I like to keep them to like a pretty strict routine because I just feel like my kids do a little bit better with that. So I feel like it'll work really well to do an hourly. Now, that all said, I feel like I haven't talked planner videos with you guys in a long time, so I feel like it's just gonna be mostly a rambly one. I've been watching a ton of videos on the new daily planner that released from Erin Condren. And when I first looked at it, I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. Just because like Kit Life Hourly, like they know how to do a good hourly, and I've always really loved their hourly planner. I used to use it in my nail studio a lot because it just was great for the days that I spent working down in my nail studio. Anyway, so the way that Kit Life structures their daily is they have, they have a giant to-do thing at the top, and then it's just a tiny hourly, and then there's like some other things on the side here. And then the way the Erin Condren is it's like all hourly and then just a little to-do, and I just kind of felt like that might, I don't know, when I first thought, I was like, I don't think that would work for me. But the more planner videos and stuff that I watch where people structure their days in an hourly sense, I'm actually like really liking it. So I'm gonna keep using this weekly planner just to kind of get my groove here and see how I like it. But the thing that I like about the daily planner is it's great for the days that you have like really busy days. Like you just need to have some structure to your day. You need to put some pen to paper, get things off your mind. They're awesome for that. But let's say you don't want to use it one day. You don't even notice that you haven't used it. Whereas like a weekly structure like this, like if you don't fill in something for a day, you like notice. I don't know if Erin Condren still sells these date dots, but I have a ton of them, so I'm gonna use them. Let's try and find one that matches this kit. So if you guys are wondering why I'm not using my Happy Planner, I mean, you guys know I went like all crazy for Happy Planner stuff. I don't know, I'm just, okay, maybe this sounds really weird, but I just don't like how happy the Happy Planner stuff is. I feel like that sounds really bad. And generally as a whole, I mean, you guys, if you've been here for planner videos, like I've gone crazy on Happy Planner stuff. So it's not like I'm not gonna use it. I just kind of feel like, I don't know, sometimes I want just plain. Like I don't want the florals and the positive quotes and all of that. Like I just need something that's a little bit more structured, and the Happy Planner stuff was just not doing it for me lately. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of why I'm not going to be using too much of it in this video. But I do feel like I do have some new things. This is a new sticker book that I grabbed, and I do like, I really like it. I'm sure there's going to be some things that I will use here and there, but a lot of it is just not functional. Like I feel like there's so much decor and stuff, and like these type of things, they just take up so much room in here. I don't know. They worked really well for how I planned when I was using the Happy Planner though. So I don't know, maybe I'll get back into it, but you guys know me. I like to try new things. Okay, so I am gonna structure our days a little bit. So we generally eat breakfast about 9 o'clock every day, with the exception of today. So I'm gonna leave today's out. And then we generally have lunch every day around 12. I actually might make those lines a little thicker. Anyway, I really struggle to vary from this because my girls, I have a 1-year-old and I have a 3-year-old. They both still nap, and I just find that if she doesn't have like a nap at a certain time, like I can get away with about a half an hour window, but anything more than that and she's just really difficult to get to sleep, and she gets really grumpy and really sassy. So I don't like to vary from like our daily structure very much. Same thing like in the mornings. Like I find if she doesn't eat breakfast around 9 o'clock, or like if it's a lot later, like Rose is generally pretty sassy, and then Violet just gets hungry. Like she just kind of gets fussy. So the reason that I think the hourly is going to work really well for me is because this is like, we have such a strict structure on our days. But if you were somebody who didn't really have like a lot of structure and stuff in your days, and you were kind of like flying by the seat of your pants, or your kids were a little bit more flexible and stuff, I feel like an hourly wouldn't be the best. Also, I've been watching a ton of like Sam from Happily a Housewife, and I really like how she structures her days with it all laid out like that. So today was a little bit different because I actually slept in. My husband let me sleep in, and we had breakfast around 10, so it was just a little bit different. Today he, like the girls and him got up around 7, and then they had snacks and stuff, but we didn't actually have our breakfast until then. I'm a little bit nervous to be like jotting all this down in here in case it doesn't turn out good. So another thing is I do want to make suppers stand out, because that is something that I want to plan for each day, is what we're gonna have for suppers. So I'm just gonna use these little stickers from the kit. I don't have, she only gives 6 in here. Whatever, is what it is. Okay, the next thing I want to do is just kind of put up this weekend banner, just because I have it, so why not use it over here. We all wake up around 7 each day because of the girls. So 6 is just kind of irrelevant. I would like to start getting up at 6 again, getting back to my 6 a.m. routine. Well, it was a 5 a.m. routine before, but I think 6 would be more doable for me. Anyway, I'm gonna do the weather next, because that will determine what we do each day. These are probably my favorite weather stickers, these lollipop sticker shops, just because of the size of them. I do really like the Prairie Planner ones. They're just kind of big. And I think I'm just gonna use the Prairie Planner ones because I've got all the different weathers. Okay, so the pen that I'm using is my Pentel Energel permanent ink in a 0.5 tip. I love this pen, absolutely love this pen. I have not veered much from it. I do still love my Pilot G-Tech C4 pens. They're fantastic too. These ones just aren't quite as sharp, so I'm kind of liking that right now. Okay, Tuesday, it's supposed to be thunder showers. Not Tuesday. The day that I'm filming this on is the holiday here, and we had fantastic weather all weekend, which was nice because May long, typically where I live, is not the nicest weather. So I'm just gonna write the temperature down, but I'm also going to write the wind, because where I live it gets super windy here. That also determines like what we end up doing for the weather. So it's really not like the nicest weather this week, so that tells me there will be lots of indoor activities that I will be planning for my 3-year-old. And like Violet, she's 1. As long as she's like with us, she doesn't really overly care what she's doing. But I just find for Rose, she needs to have some of that stimulation throughout the day. So next weekend's supposed to be good, so that's good. I don't generally plan her activities like this far in advance, but I'm hoping that it'll help kind of make my week go a little bit more smoothly, because there's some things I can do the night before to prep some activities. There's sometimes we wake up in the morning and she's like, I want to do this today, and it's something that I should have prepped the day before, so this will help a bit easier, a little bit better. Okay, so I see why people don't like this. I do want to cover it. There is this in here, and generally I would use this for a meal planning. Maybe I'll use it for budget. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, why not? That covers that up pretty nicely. Okay, so the way that I want my sidebar kind of structured is I definitely need a running to-do list. That is one of the things that kind of steered me away from getting an hourly. Is I don't have a ton of spaces to put to-do lists. There is this one at the bottom here, which is what I think I'm going to use for my to-do list for each specific day, because I don't generally have a ton of things that I need to do each day. But if there's like a running to-do list that doesn't have to be done on a certain day, I need space for that. And I think the sidebar is where that's going to be. Only other thing I would like is a to-go category, though I don't know. I don't think we'll be leaving. But sometimes I like to send my husband out to do errands and stuff for me. We have like designated him as our like person that does things out of the house for us. There we go. I want to cover this calendar up. It's kind of bugging me. So let's see. Maybe I will see if there's something in this detailed floral sticker book that kind of matches the colors. A little bit poking through, a tiny bit, but generally it fits, so that's nice. Okay, so for meals, we are doing a chicken casserole tonight. I think I'm jumping the gun here. Okay, Rose has a Zoom call. I think it's 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Her speech therapist is going to call her because they're still not doing in-person things here. So we're gonna try a Zoom call for her and see how that goes. So that'll mean that breakfast will have to be earlier. I actually am like insanely excited that I actually have things to put in my planner. Generally we do like the same breakfast every single day, so I don't know. Today was scrambler. My kids are really not about eggs lately though, so I wouldn't mind trying to make some like oatmeal bars. This is one sticker shop that if I was going to order more stickers from, it would be Lexi Kylie Designs. I just love her stickers. Anytime I go and use one of her stickers, I just remember how much I love them. When I went to go look at her stuff, I have the ones that I would want, so I have no need to place one, but I think I'm actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm gonna separate the weekend here, just so it stands out a little bit more. I don't know, you guys, I am like literally flying by the seat of my pants with this plan with me. But that is one thing that I do recommend if you get a new planner in and you're unsure where to start, literally just dive in. Because if there's something you don't like about how you set up a week, the next week you can change it. And it's kind of interesting to watch like the progression of how Plan With Me's kind of go too. My daughter went back to childcare, so I am going to put that in here. So for her, for breakfast, we have to do it around 7. And she just like would love fruit and yogurt. I think I'm gonna do a crock pot meal that day, because it's something that I can just do first thing in the morning and it'll be ready to go. Actually, I think we do have tortillas. I think I might do chicken tacos tomorrow too, because that is like literally one of the easiest things to do in your crock pot is chicken tacos. what? I feel like it's going to be a heavy crock pot week this week because some of the meals that I had picked, or some of the ingredients that I had picked out, are like all for crock pot meals. The nice thing about making chili, this is actually something I would make earlier in the week so that we have it for all week. When I meal plan, I actually really like to do like a soup or something first thing in the week because then I have it for lunches all week as well. But I didn't plan ahead for that this week. So chili here, left overnight, will likely be takeout because we don't do takeout every single week, but I am finding like on heavy weeks that we cook, come the weekend, we're just like, you know what? No, we're gonna order something. Okay, another thing that I do want to add is this cleaning thing. I don't have my cleaner anymore with everything that's going on. I think she might be starting again in June, but we'll see how that all plays out. So I'm gonna try a weekly cleaning schedule like this because I did a big clean this weekend and I'm curious how like a big clean like this would go. I hate that I feel like I'm cleaning all the time with something like this though, so we'll see how that all goes. Okay, the next thing to plan out here is, I think, just our activities that we're gonna do each day. So generally we tend to do an activity around 10 or 11 because after breakfast, by the time I clean up and everything, it's usually around 10 or 11 and that's when I'd like to do an activity. So today is just free play because that is what's happening. We'll probably do something fun with the girls tonight. Violet's not feeling too well though, so we'll see how that goes. I'm also going to be working all afternoon here in the studio, so I'm just going to find something like a half box or something to put in here. Another company I used to order a bunch of stuff from, Planner Chicks Designs. I do love their stuff as well, and I like that this one is like, looks like note paper. That will take me like all afternoon. Okay, so then we'll do something tonight, just not sure what that is. So back to planning the girls' activities every single day. I think I want to put something down to kind of make that stand out, and because it'll probably happen around 10:30, I'm just gonna space it in the middle here. Okay, I'm just going to take to Pinterest and come up with some ideas for what I want to do with Rose. She's really into color mixing right now, so I think that's one thing that I'm gonna do right off the bat is like paint color mixing. We did some water ones last week and she loved it. I just have to mentally prepare myself for the paint color mixing because it's gonna be a mess. Like even do it as like finger paint or something. Okay, never mind, she's not here for this one. So this will be a Violet activity, which I've got some good baby activities. There was something that I wanted to do with her. Actually, I've got, I think, are these removable? Okay, so we'll do the paint color mixing this day because my Mother's Day flowers that I have are on their way out and I wouldn't mind having Rose paint with them. So I've seen some activities, I think it might be on here. Yeah, so you would use the flowers as like your paintbrush, and I've got some that are kind of, they almost would be like dabbers too. Like, I just think it'll be really fun for her. So we will do that tomorrow instead. That way I can get rid of those flowers as well. I love setting up and doing activities with my 3-year-old. When Rose was Violet's age, I didn't really set activities up in like this for Rose. It's been kind of a struggle for me to come up with things for Violet to do as well, but it's kind of pushing me out to branch out and find some activities for her, so that's fun. I think she's really gonna like this cereal sensory bin. I wanna say my week is done. That actually wasn't too bad at all. As of right now, I don't have anywhere to go, anything to do, so I think that's it. I feel like there was something else going on this week that I cannot remember because I have not been writing it down. So this will help me plan for the coming weeks here as well. But that is this plan with me. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that it helped you. If any of you out there have an hourly planner and were maybe a little bit unsure how to set it up, me too. So I'm gonna see how this functions for me throughout the week. I will report back next week because I do want to try and keep doing these type of videos with you guys. I know I say that all the time, but we'll see how this goes, and if I'm finding that I'm reaching for this planner a lot, then that tells me that I need to keep setting it up like this. But anyway, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!